Hello everyone. Okay, here we are with Samsung's latest case innovation, the Galaxy S View cover. Now, what's quite special about this S View cover, like the previous covers, it replaces your battery compartment cover as well, the back cover, but it also has the front cover with a cutout, and that's actually got a piece of plastic there. Now this plastic is actually conductive, as it were, so when we place this on the smartphone, on the Samsung Galaxy S4, what will happen is we can use this window here to quickly check for alerts and notifications, or if the phone rings, we'll be able to answer a call. So, first of all, how do we actually attach this to the device? So, what we first have to do is remove the old back cover. And it can be reasonably tight to remove, so you have to get your finger in and just prise it away. And once you've done that, that's the back of our phone, get that out of the way. And all we have to do is take the cover. Now, the best way to put this on is to go on from the bottom first and just get that snug, as it were, so you can see that it's well fitted, and just run your finger up the side of the case. Oops, slightly stiffer on the S4 than on the S3, and that will then clip in quite nicely. Now you can see that when I've closed the case, it's immediately shut the device down, and it's popped it onto effectively like a tweaked lock screen of sorts, which displays the time and date and your notification bar up at the top. The great thing with the S View case is there's a small magnet inside here. So as you can see there, notification has popped up, and I've got my notification there. I can quickly see the information, but it's still leaving me with my clock nicely there. Now, when you open the case, because of the magnet that's been attached into the inside of the case, the device actually knows that you want to look at it. So it will immediately drop into the desktop view. And likewise, or should I say the home screen view, likewise when I close the case, it knows the case has been closed and it switches over to this S View mode, which allows you to see the information. One of the things that I found slightly awkward with this case, as you can see here, it has an absolute love of just popping open on its own. So what you have to do is just take the spine of this and just give it a bit of a work like that. And what that will do is it just tries to keep it a little bit better, but it does require a little bit of flexing to kind of get it into a point where it sits comfortably without it popping up. One thing Samsung really should have done here, if they were putting a magnet in to detect when the screen, when the cover was over the screen or not, is maybe put a stronger magnet that will keep the actual cover attached to the front of the S4. It does seem to be a little bit of a design flaw, that really. But like I say, a lot of people found that the best thing you can do is just try and flex that in a few different directions, just to remove some of the kind of starchiness from it, effectively, that is causing it to always spring open. After a couple of weeks worth of use, you will find that it sits much more comfortably on the top of the phone. But from a functionality point of view, the S View cover is an absolute dream. It's a great idea having this cutout here. The fact that this is a touch-sensitive cutout as well, using Samsung's glove tech effectively, means that you can use this to interact with the device if you get a phone call, or to check what's actually going on with your latest alerts, etc., without even having to open the phone. The idea of being able to reject a call really quickly and easily is just fantastic. Like I say, the only drawback is this slightly springiness coming from the cover when you first get it, but that can be solved with a little bit of work.